Imagine waking up to the warmth of the sun as it rises over the vast deserts and lush, fertile banks of the Nile River. This is ancient Egypt, a civilization defined by its rich culture, architectural marvels, and deeply rooted spiritual beliefs. In the early light, we see the people of Egypt beginning their day, each with roles to play and traditions to follow, all united by a land that provides, yet demands resilience and reverence. The rhythm of life in Egypt is set by the Nile. Its annual floods are a lifeline, delivering rich black soil to the farmland along its banks. Farmers know the river's cycles as well as they know their own families. They wake before dawn, heading to the fields with tools fashioned from simple wood and stone. These fields are Egypt's lifeblood, producing wheat, barley, and flax that feed the people and fuel their trade. Harvesting isn't just work, it's a communal effort involving entire families. As they labor, they share songs passed down through generations, stories about gods and harvests, and tales of the river's powerful presence. But beyond the fields, a different rhythm unfolds within the towns and cities. Egypt is a society of skilled artisans, each craft a sacred practice, an offering to their gods and ancestors. A walk through the bustling workshops reveals potters shaping clay into delicate vessels, blacksmiths hammering metal into tools, and weavers threading intricate designs on looms. In a woodworker's workshop, the smell of cedar fills the air. The craftsman's hands are steady as he carves hieroglyphs into a piece of furniture destined for a noble's home or perhaps a sacred temple. Every line, every stroke carries meaning. It's an art but also a way of preserving the stories of their people. As the sun climbs higher, we might turn our attention to the temples, grand and imposing structures dedicated to gods who watch over every aspect of life. Inside, priests perform complex rituals, carefully following traditions that go back centuries. Incense fills the air, wafting through halls adorned with carvings of gods, goddesses, and symbols of divine power. There's a mystical energy, an unbreakable bond between the earthly and the divine. Offerings of food, flowers, and precious oils are placed before statues as priests tend to these sacred spaces with utmost respect. For the people, this connection to the gods is vital. They believe their actions can maintain the balance, or mat, a concept of cosmic order that guides every aspect of life in Egypt. The spiritual world extends beyond the temples, infusing daily routines with meaning. Egyptians believe that life and death are two sides of the same coin, a cycle rather than a final end. Families often gather at shrines within their homes to honor their ancestors, leaving small offerings, flowers, and prayers. It's common for parents to tell their children stories of their forebears, emphasizing the importance of lineage, memory, and respect. This is a society deeply connected to the past and its teachings, understanding that their lives are but one part of a larger journey that spans generations. As midday approaches, the markets come alive. These bustling centers of trade are vibrant, noisy, and brimming with energy. Merchants from Egypt and far-off lands like Nubia, Mesopotamia, and Crete gather to sell their wares, everything from fresh vegetables to precious stones, from woven textiles to fragrant spices. The marketplace is a feast for the senses. The sweet aroma of honey cakes mixes with the tangy scent of wine. The vibrant colors of fabrics catch the eye, and the shouts of merchants haggling fill the air. In Egypt, bartering is an art, and each transaction is a small performance as buyers and sellers negotiate over everything from a handful of dates to a valuable necklace adorned with lapis lazuli. Among the market crowd, we see mothers with children, noblemen inspecting goods, and laborers spending their day's earnings on a simple meal. Children run through the market, laughing and playing, their imaginations turning everyday objects into toys and treasures. Life here is rich in social bonds. Friendships are forged, news spreads, and families find a sense of community in the shared rhythm of everyday life. For the people of Egypt, life is not isolated or solitary, it's woven together, each person's story interlacing with others, forming the grand tapestry of civilization. Returning home, we step into a typical Egyptian house, simple yet efficient. These homes, made of mud bricks, are built to withstand the desert heat, with small windows and thick walls that keep the inside cool. Most families live in small, open rooms with a few essential items, a reed mat for sleeping, some simple pottery, and perhaps a small wooden chest for valuables. Despite the simplicity, homes are filled with warmth and life. Children help with household chores, grinding grain or fetching water, while mothers prepare meals over small clay stoves. Bread, coarse and sometimes gritty from sand, is a staple, as is beer, a nutrient-rich drink made from barley. Family life in ancient Egypt is rooted in customs and respect for elders. Parents teach their children essential skills: how to farm, how to cook, and, most importantly, how to respect their ancestors and the gods. Storytelling is a vital tradition, with tales of gods and mythical creatures, adventures of heroes, and stories of moral lessons. The stories serve not just as entertainment but as guidance, instilling values that will carry the children into adulthood. In wealthier households, education is more formal. Boys of noble families learn the art of writing and arithmetic to become scribes, a position of great respect. Learning to write hieroglyphics takes years of practice. It's a complex system requiring skill, patience, and dedication. For those who succeed, a world of knowledge opens up. Scribes record everything: crop harvests, trade transactions, court proceedings, and even the stories of the pharaohs. They are the keepers of knowledge, tasked with preserving the memory of their people for future generations. As the day turns to evening, families gather once more. The pace slows, and a sense of calm settles over the land. Many spend these quiet hours by the river, watching the sun dip below the horizon. It's a time of reflection, a time to honor the day's labors and give thanks. The stars begin to emerge, twinkling in a sky so clear that one can almost reach out and touch them. To the Egyptians, these stars are not mere lights, they are gods and ancestors watching over them. The constellations carry stories, and these stories are passed down, generation after generation, a reminder of the eternal nature of life, death, and rebirth. And so, day by day, generation by generation, the people of Egypt continue, adapting to the challenges of their environment while remaining deeply connected to the past. They live with a sense of duty to their gods, their families, and their land. They understand the importance of balance, of respecting the cycles that govern their lives. In their simplicity, there is wisdom; in their reverence, a profound understanding of humanity's place in the grand design of the universe. To this day, we carry echoes of ancient Egypt in our cultures, our beliefs, and our understanding of life and death. In their temples, their art, and their language, the ancient Egyptians left behind a legacy that transcends time. Their daily lives may seem far removed from ours, yet they remind us of the timeless qualities of resilience, unity, and the search for meaning.